This is our topic today, freedom of speech. My soapbox used to be narrower and about 2 feet tall, and I rocked on it a couple of times and realized if I bail off of that, it's a good chance I'm not going to survive. So, we just came back from 2 weeks in the South, and so y'all understand it. If you saw my little Lightings newsletter, I told you that we put some South in our mouth. I literally ate seafood till I was tired of it. And that takes me about a week of eating it every day before I start getting tired of it. But I want to tell you this morning that one of the places that we chose to go while we were on vacation was called Chick-fil-A. I told him in Sunday school this morning that after all the protests and all, I'm not sure if Chick-fil-A is going to survive, but the church is praying for them, and so if they get by, it'll be on a wing and a prayer. Y'all got that, didn't you? I thought that was funny. Where's Paul DeYoung? Now, that's funny, and I don't care who you are. That's actually, I should have said, where's Andy, is what I should have said right there. I don't really want to talk about Chick-fil-A at all. I really don't want to talk about Chick-fil-A, and I don't want to talk about gay marriage. That's really and truly not what I'm talking about. I really don't want to talk about chicken sandwiches, although if you have not had a Chick-fil-A at least once in your life, you should. Even if you don't like pickles, you'll like them on chicken sandwiches. No mayonnaise, no mustard, don't put nothing on it, just eat that chicken. Sorry, I said I wasn't talking about Chick-fil-A. I want to talk about free speech. That's how we started this off. I want to talk about free speech in the United States just a minute. Now, I want to tell you about another company. How many of you have ever heard of Home Depot? Anybody ever heard of Home Depot? Most of you have heard of Home Depot. There's the symbol for Home Depot. Home Depot as a company supports gay rights all over America. I don't know if we just have one or two, but these are posters that are hanging in Home Depot stores. I have found pictures of Home Depot trucks being used in gay pride parades with people on the back of their little flatbed trucks doing unseemly things on a public street in a Home Depot, on top of a Home Depot truck, because Home Depot openly, as a company, supports gay agenda anywhere and everywhere. How many of you knew that before you came in here today? Actually, I'm surprised. How many of you ever heard that said on ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, or I can't think of any more initials? Fox News. How many of you have ever heard them talking about Home Depot? Anybody? They are very strong advocates for the homosexual community. But you didn't hear about that. But when a Christian says, I cannot approve gay marriage, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, and I don't know about Fox News on that one, they all said, you can't say that. You cannot own a public company and have that opinion. And they went after the guy. So do you see free speech coming out? Here's my deal. Home Depot has every right. Home Depot has every right to promote the gay community in America because we believe in free speech in this country. But Chick-fil-A, bless God, has the right to say they don't promote it and let people decide if they want to go get a chicken sandwich. Now, I just tell a quick story or two. They won't take long. The 2 days after we left here, no, we left on a Thursday and on a Friday at lunchtime. We were in Tennessee. And I said, let's stop and get something to eat. And I said, hey, because we were just listening to the radio. I did not even know anything about this. And the radio was saying, you know, that next week there's going to be this appreciation day. Well, we're going to be down on an island that did not have Chick-fil-A. We didn't eat Chick-fil-A on Wednesday. We ate it on Friday. We pulled into a Chick-fil-A 2 miles off the interstate, and this was on Friday. This was way before that appreciation day. The drive-through to order was 2 loops around the building. And every spot was full. we got in line and was going, oh, my gosh. And she said, do you want to wait? And I was like, well, I think I said, do you want to wait? And she was like, yeah, I want to wait. So we're waiting, and all of a sudden, white lights come on. Zoom! I got me a parking place. We went inside. Man, I've never seen any business that busy. The owner of the Chick-fil-A is walking around and walks up to our table and starts talking to us. And, man, I just thought it was great. She got a little, no, we must have been in South Carolina on that one because it had a palm branch. Yeah, we were in a different time. But she got a little palm tree with a crescent moon, and it said, I like Chick-fil-A. That was another time. We ate at Chick-fil-A several times, only because we like chicken sandwiches. Anyway, we came back through and came to Tennessee, back again to Tennessee, and went to see my sister. And we were talking about this because my niece is in law school, and this kind of surprised me. But she said, all of my friends are kind of radical, fanatical Republicans, and we were out on the lake. We'd already planned this trip, and we were out on the lake and couldn't go eat Chick-fil-A, and said some of them were really sad that they couldn't go to Chick-fil-A. But my brother-in-law was in Memphis and was going to come through and get a Chick-fil-A sandwich and bring it home to my sister. And he came into the town between Memphis and our town where Millington, Tennessee, has a Chick-fil-A, and he was going to just pull through and get a sandwich and bring it to my sister. And he thought there'd been a terrible wreck because he couldn't even get close to Chick-fil-A. And finally, he noticed the left lane was moving a little better, so he got over in the left lane. The line to get in the parking lot off of a 4-lane highway was over 1 mile long. On a 4-lane highway, all these people just saying, you know what? I'm going to go eat a sandwich because I believe that Dan Cathy has the right to say what he said. Whether you agree with it or not, it ain't even the point today. I'm saying he has the right to say what he said. Now, I want you to imagine for a minute. I'm just making this up because I know this would never happen, but just imagine for a minute that if a mayor of a city, just suppose, I'm making this part up. Just suppose that a mayor of a city gets elected, and then Home Depot is going to come and build a Home Depot, and the mayor of that city says, you know what? I'm a Christian, and I don't like Home Depot, so my city's not going to give you a building permit. Do you think you would hear about that on the news? Ha ha! I think so. Let me introduce you to somebody. Does anybody know who he is without me telling you? You got to be a Rambo. Some people call him Rambo as opposed to Rambo. Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago. Chicago, Illinois. Not a little burg now. This is Chicago, Illinois. This is a direct quote from an elected government official. Chick-fil-A's values are not Chicago's values. So I thought, well, I wonder what Chicago values are. So I looked a few of them up. This guy got elected in 2010. So you can't blame him for all the problems. But since 2010, I can tell you this. The murder rate in Chicago is up 31%. Wow. There's been a huge spike in gang activity, which I found a really funny thing because he made a similar speech about gang members. I read this on the internet. He made a similar speech about values, and he said these guys that are in those gangs come from homes with no values. And the black community said, hey, those are our kids. And the Latino community said, hey, those are our kids. So he apologized for saying that they came from homes with no values. But he said the same exact thing about a Christian who owned a chicken company. Wow. Property tax revenue has gone down 16% in Chicago since he was elected. And unemployment, you can read all things, 8.7 to 9.3%. So I'm going, wow. Rahm Emanuel said that if Chick-fil-A tries to get another building permit in Chicago, Illinois, that he will fight that building permit so that a company who would build a building, pay taxes, and hire people, he said he doesn't want them there. That's an elected official. That's a problem, guys. And it would be a problem. It would be a problem if it was a Christian mayor saying the same thing to Home Depot, because you get elected to be the mayor of the whole city, everybody, not just the people that agree with you. So here's my deal. If a politician says, if you don't agree with me, I will try to punish you, he broke the law right there because of the First Amendment of the Constitution. So I got to wrap this up, but all I can tell you is I want to join thousands of cows across America today when I say to you, eat more chicken.